What's happening, everyone? It's John of Video Games in the World, and it's been a long time since I did latest news and also weekly news. The reason I have been out for so long is that I was stuck with responsibilities. I was on jury duty for a solid month. You know, a lot of strenuous things came my way that I became more focused on gaming playthroughs and live streams to wind down. I wish I spoke about a lot of things like this recent shitty decision made by Sony to no longer sell physical copies of games, which I believe that it's the company digging its own grave. Like, what the fuck, Sony? What the fuck are you thinking? Shit! Now, the latest news I want to talk to you about today is about Deborah Ann Woll's reaction to sexist haters of the upcoming video game God of War Laufey, which is about Faye, the second wife of Kratos in her own video game. I remember watching the trailer and I was impressed with the moves, the graphics, and found it interesting to see a God of War video game that does not focus on Kratos but on a different character. I'm looking forward to this game, and I hope I can buy it one day on day one of its sale and release. So, let us begin with this talk, shall we? The God of War series has been a popular video game series for over 20 years. I remember playing the very first God of War video game when I was in college, and a cousin of mine introduced me to it. In college, many of my fellow gamers were ecstatic about the game. They loved it and told me that I should buy it. When God of War 2 came out, I remember many of my friends saying like, "Yo, you gotta get God of War 2, bro, you won't regret it." And once I played that game, I was like fucking blown away. And once I beat that game, I wanted more. Then, when the PS3 was released, God of War 3 was inevitable. I also have the PSP games Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta, two great games. Ascension might have not been so popular, but I gotta say, it was pretty cool. Then, God of War made a major comeback on the PS4, and its sequel, Ragnarok, was incredible. Now, about the topic of this latest news, Deborah Ann Woll. Deborah Ann Woll is an actress who I first saw in the HBO TV series True Blood, where she played as a human who was turned into a vampire, Jessica Hamby. She is also known for the TV series Daredevil, The Defenders, and The Punisher as Karen Page. She will reprise her role as Karen Page in Daredevil Born Again. And she is well known to be an avid Dungeons & Dragons player and a dungeon master as well. She played the role of Faye in God of War Ragnarok, and she will reprise her role in the video game God of War Laufey, where it will focus on her. In God of War, Faye is the second wife of Kratos and mother to their son, Atreus. She does not appear in the 2018 video game, as she's only cremated, and her final wish was for Kratos and Atreus to scatter her ashes in the realm of Jotunheim, where she hails from. A month ago, when God of War Laufey was announced, there were people excited to see a new game of the series and found it interesting that it is the first game in the series where it does not center on Kratos, but on Faye. Some expressed disappointment because they hoped for a God of War game to center on Atreus, which is understandable in a way. But hey, who knows if in the future there will be a God of War game centering on Atreus? We shall see. We shall see. There are others expressing skepticism if the game will succeed without Kratos. In the world of entertainment such as movies, TV shows, video games, comics, anime, and manga, it's natural and understandable to express skepticism about something new because it could succeed or fail depending on how it's going to go. But in the end, you never know how this new thing can defy and subvert expectations. However, there's a bunch of people coming out once again out of the woodwork to accuse this upcoming game of God of War going woke. They just don't know when to stop, do they? These are the very same type of people who cry about how something they love is political, going woke, and becoming feminist and anti-male propaganda because of the inclusion of a woman. To these people, this is how it goes. Skin colors, white and political. Genders, male and political. Sexualities, straight and political. And also, they are the very same type of people who say that young people and leftists are too easily offended. These sexist and misogynistic trolls online make a lot of comments demeaning women and even go so far in making pictures of female characters washing dishes and doing laundry. Damn. It's like these people just only want women back in the kitchen, making babies, and... Dude. And you know what? By making these misogynistic and demeaning comments about women and making AI pictures of women only doing dishes and doing laundry, they are snitching on themselves, and that says a lot about them. To these sexist and misogynistic trolls, they think that the movie series, TV series, and video game series that they love are the little safe space treehouse with a sign that says, "No girls allowed." They're just like fragile little boys thinking that girls have cooties. Man. At a Florida SuperCon, she explained to a fan that she was unbothered by these sexist trolls. She also explained this to a TikTok user the following. I mean, genuinely, I thought I was going to be much more affected by it. One, I'm not on social media, so that helps. And two, I don't know. I feel totally unbothered because I just know it's great. Like, it's okay if it's not your cup of tea, but in no universe is it bad. Isn't that just great? Deborah told the fan and the TikTok user how it is. I'm glad that she is not affected by this and she will go on doing her own thing like nothing happened. So I say, ignore the sexist assholes, Deborah. You're doing your own thing and let them cry harder. Good luck to you. I am one of the people who is looking forward to this game, and I'm sure that it will be amazing. It's very sad how people tend to judge something in the field of entertainment before it's even released to the public. Whatever happened to not be judging a book by its cover? Sad, isn't it? Now, imagine if Samus Aran from Metroid made her debut in this era. These sexist and misogynistic assholes will be calling her Mary Sue, feminist propaganda, woke propaganda, and they would say she's political. The same demeaning things they would say of the following female characters: Sega's Ninja Princess, Namco's Baradook, Chun-Li from Street Fighter, Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat, Sophitia and Cassandra Alexandra from Soul Calibur, Jill Valentine and Claire Redfield from Resident Evil, Regina from Dino Crisis, Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, every woman protagonist from Final Fantasy games like 6, 10-2, 13, 13-2, Lightning Returns, etc. Hell, in movies, they would sing the same crap about strong female characters like Leia Organa, Ellen Ripley, Sarah Connor, Cena, Padme Amidala, the Bride / Beatrix Kiddo from Kill Bill, Sarah Lance from the Arrowverse, Katniss Everdeen, Lisbeth Salander from the Millennium series by Stieg Larsson, Eowyn, Arwen, Enola Holmes, etc. To these sexist trolls, women should be more like eye candy and damsels in distress. Here's the thing. As much as I love hot and sexy women, women cannot always look like how you want and expect them to look like. And women cannot always be the damsels in distress all the time. I love strong female characters, and they don't always have to look like adult film stars and be dressed like strippers all the time. I know that a lot of these trolls will call me a simp for this, but I don't give a fuck. Cry harder. That's all I'm gonna say. And that is my defense and talk about Deborah Ann Woll and the upcoming God of War Laufey. Comment, like, subscribe, and go for it. This is John of Video Games and the World signing off. Have a good one.